You have spent so long fleeing from your own darkness, chasing the glare of approval, burying the twitch of discomfort, drowning the tremor of doubt in a flood of self-help slogans. You believed the shadow within you was a stain to scrub away, a weakness to eradicate, a flaw to hide from the light. But shadows hold the pulse of your most potent truths. Today you will learn to invite your shadow into the dance, to step together in rhythm, so that what once lurked in hiding can become your ally and guide. You begin by closing your eyes and tuning into the space beside your heart where the shadow rests, cool, dense, and waiting. You breathe deeply, letting your inhalations draw in courage and your exhalations release resistance. You whisper, "I see you." In that soft acknowledgement, the shadow stirs, no longer recoiling, but inching closer, curious at the opening you have created. You open your eyes and stand in a quiet room. The walls are bare, the floor smooth. You imagine a spotlight on your center, casting your silhouette onto the opposite wall. You feel the urge to step back, but you hold your ground. You speak again, "I invite you to dance." You lift one foot and place it forward, tentative like a first step into the unknown. You feel the shadow mimic your movement, the line of darkness stretching across the floor, tracking your footfall. You allow it, no shame, no judgment, only curiosity. You shift your weight onto the forward foot, then back, and notice how the shadow shifts in perfect synchronization. You reach your arm out as though to lead. The shadow extends its limb beside yours, mirroring every curve. You sense a flicker of fear. Inviting the shadow feels like inviting the parts of you you've long suppressed. Anger that rages beneath politeness, envy that smolders beneath admiration, grief that wells beneath composure. You pause, steadied by the soft echo of your own breath, and you invite those feelings to join you. "Show me your face," you say. You let your arm trace a wide arc, and the shadow's form thickens, darker at the edges, shedding its original crispness for depth and texture. You lean into the movement, letting the shadow guide you into a slow, improvisational flow. Your feet pivot, your hips sway, your arms carve graceful lines through the air. The shadow dances with equal fervor, revealing the contours of your hidden impulses, raw energy waiting for expression. You notice how this dance feels different from the rigid choreography you once followed in public. Here you move with honesty, with limbs unafraid to tremble, with breath unafraid to catch. You let the music rise in your mind, a low, pulsing rhythm that matches the beat of your heartbeat. You imagine each step a phrase in a conversation, the sharp snap of your ankle a question, the gentle roll of your shoulder a confession, the arch of your back a declaration of freedom. The shadow replies in kind, echoing your movements with its own embellishments, flourishes that reveal the aspects of yourself you once considered too wild to reveal. You come to a slow stop, chest rising and falling, sweat glistening at your temples. The shadow, now more fluid and alive than ever, lingers beside you like a partner at the end of a beautiful pas de deux. You breathe in its presence and whisper, "Thank you for showing me what I feared was flawed." You feel a warmth spread through your chest, the warmth of integration, of parts united rather than cut away. You step closer to the wall and study your silhouette. You see how darkness and light blend at the edges, how the two dance together in its form. You recognize elements of yourself in those curves. The fierceness that fights injustice, the longing that drives creation, the sadness that deepens your empathy. Each is a gift hidden in the folds of the shade. You decide to carry this dance into your daily life. You choose a ritual. Each morning you will stand before the wall or in the mirror and move for 3 minutes, inviting whatever arises, joy, sorrow, fear, desire, into the flow. You will let these movements inform your intentions for the day. "I will speak my truth with the fierceness I felt in this dance," or "I will honor my grief by creating with tenderness," or I will let my envy guide me to cultivate what I most admire. You test this practice that afternoon. Attention simmers in your chest when an opportunity feels just out of reach. Instead of stuffing that tension behind politeness, you pause. You step aside, find an empty corner, and close your eyes. You begin to move, inch by inch, feeling the shadow within you stir. You let it shape and form your strategy. The slow circling of your arms reminds you to approach the opportunity with measured patience. The quick pivot of your foot reminds you to shift tactics swiftly when resistance arises. You return to the moment with new clarity, moving forward with intention rather than panic. You weave the dance into your relationships. When conflict arises, instead of recoiling into rejection or exploding into anger, you invite the tension into a shared movement. You and the other person slow your gestures, lean into the edge of discomfort, mirror each other's expressions with open palms and curious steps. In that shared choreography, you discover empathy's rhythm, the unspoken understanding that flows when movement becomes conversation. As days pass, you notice the shadow's presence becomes less ominous and more rhythmic. It is no longer a lurking threat, but a partner attuned to your heartbeat. In moments of creativity, you sense it guiding your brushstroke, your pen, your voice, adding depth, contrast, and nuance. In moments of rest, you feel its steady hum, reminding you that stillness can hold as much power as motion. You celebrate this transformation in a final ritual. You clear a floor space and light a single candle. You stand at the center, shadow dancing at your feet. You let your favorite piece of music rise in your mind, a song that makes your spirit soar. You move with abandon, letting every hidden aspect of yourself express through each turn and sway. Your shadow does not shrink from the light. It glows alongside you, its darkness a perfect foil to your brightness. You end the dance with arms wide, chest open, breath deep. You bow to the rhythm within and to the shadow that taught you to own your whole self. You whisper, "We are one." You extinguish the candle, letting darkness and light merge in your vision, secure in the knowledge that wherever you go, you carry a faithful partner, a dance that never ends, leading you deeper into the truth of who you are.